Boom! Heyo, what's up, everyone? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. All right, guys. Well, before I dive in and before we get down to business here today on this live stream, we got to talk about that hard truth that we've been going over here. I've been telling you guys about this now for the last several weeks, and I really do believe wholeheartedly we're going to see a recession in 2023. Not going to be anything crazy. It's not going to be a deep recession, but I do think we're going to get some type of recession in 2023. I think it's necessary to help bring down the inflation problem that we have been seeing for the last now several months. Stock market still in full-on crash mode. We did have a nice recovery day today. Markets did bounce back after trading lower early in the morning. Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that an all clear signal? Or is this just a brief moment of pause before the selling pressure starts to kick back up again? We got some really important catalysts happening this week and also next week. We're going to break them all down here on this live stream. We're going to cover them, what it means for the markets, what it means for your investments. We're going to share all that information. Of course, we also have Elon Musk buying Twitter. $54.20, financing secured. So that's kind of the play on words from his tweet from years ago about taking Tesla private. Well, now he's going to be actually taking Twitter private. So we're going to talk all about that. What does it mean now for the stock going forward? What's it mean now for shareholders? We're going to discuss all that. But first, guys, why is it that you should listen to anything that we talk about here on these live streams? And I've got more experience than probably 90% of the finance YouTubers that you guys are going to be watching. And my name is Michael Edward. I've been trading and investing for about 15 years. And I started my career working for a hedge fund in New York City. My first job out of college, then 2008 happened. And that was the Great Recession, stock market crash, but also the same time that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, 15 years later, I'm now the head trader at True Trading Group, the highest rated online premium educational platform that's available today. And since 2016, my team of 8 other professional trading moderators and I have helped thousands of traders from all over the world, from all walks of life, help achieve their financial goals. If you guys have been on this live stream for a while, over the last couple of months at least, you'll know that I very publicly announced at the end of last year that I was selling 50% of my long-term portfolio, and I was going to lock in a bunch of that profit to raise cash, expecting a significant pullback in the markets in 2022. So far, we've gotten that. Okay, so far we've gotten that. But what everybody wants to really know is now is it over? Is the pullback, is the crash over? Or is there more room to the downside? And we're going to break all that down, and we're going to talk about it here today on these live streams. Okay. So folks, I believe wholeheartedly that within the next 12 months, probably even less than that at this point, that we're going to be left with a tremendous long-term buying opportunity. If you guys missed the COVID crash in 2020, where, here on this live stream, at least in March and April of 2020, we were, pounding the table to get in there and start buying, because that was one of the greatest wealth building opportunities of my lifetime. And that is still true to this day. But if you missed that sell-off in 2020, you missed that opportunity, I think you're going to get another one hell of a chance to grab some really, really, really solid companies at really, really good prices. But you have to be educated. You have to be ready for it. If we do get that recession next year, stocks go down during a recession. But between now and then, if you know how to actively trade properly, it's totally possible to turn a couple $100 into a couple thousand into several thousands and so on. And then you can take that money, buy that dip intelligently with real skill of major companies that can build some serious wealth for you and your families for many years to come. But the clock's ticking. The clock's ticking. And we got some major catalysts coming up this week. You got 1/3 of the S&P 500 is going to be reporting earnings here this week. You got you have Alphabet and Microsoft reporting earnings tomorrow. You've got Amazon on Thursday. You've got Facebook or Meta on Wednesday, I believe. So, you got a whole slew of earnings, and that's just the tech names. You have a lot of other big companies too in other sectors that are reporting this week as well. So, and then you have that. Then you got the Fed meeting coming up on May 4th. On May 4th, we're most likely, my opinion, I think we're most likely going to get a 50 basis point hike on May 4th. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're getting a 50 basis point hike on May 4th. The market certainly thinks we're getting a 50 basis point hike on May 4th. It's priced in. Fed futures markets are priced in a 50 basis point hike in May, and they're also priced in a 50 basis point hike in June. All right. Folks, we're giving out 3 code words here today. The first one I'll give you right now. Code word number 1 of 3 is funding. Funding. Now, listen, if you're not a member of True Trading, do not worry about this code word. This is literally just for members. We give away cash. We give away electronics. We do a bunch of fun giveaways with members. And this is part of one of those giveaways. So we have 3 code words tonight for our members. And the first code word for those of you that are members of TTG is funding. Funding is the first code word for tonight. Funding. All right. So there you have it, folks. All right. So we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about this, the opportunities that lie in store for us and how we plan on, taking advantage of it and what happens with the markets from here. But first, let's go into a quick little Q&A session. I want to give some time for people to log on, let you ask me questions, whatever's on your mind. And we'll take it in stride from there. Okay. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Asking questions is how you guys learn. Okay. So begin typing your questions in chat right now, gang. And let's go ahead and we'll begin that Q&A. All right, let's see. Question from Mike: will Twitter going private affect the AMC GME squeeze? I heard the hedge funds were borrowing against their portfolio to maintain their short positions. Silverstream, number 2. The bad news that I have for you is that I do not believe that you're going to get this AMC GME squeeze. I do not believe Twitter going private is going to have any effect on the AMC GME squeeze. I heard that hedge funds were borrowing against their portfolio to maintain their short positions. I'm not sure who you heard that from, but there's not a single hedge fund out there that is in trouble on their AMC or GME short. The stocks are all down. So the only way that they would have to be borrowing against their portfolio is to keep a short position open. And this is why there's such, bad and inaccurate information that just gets floated around. You guys really need to be careful of the people that you get your information from. In order for a company to borrow against a portfolio to keep a short position open, the only time that would really happen is if they're getting margin called. And in order to satisfy the margin, they need to liquidate other areas of their portfolio or raise cash some other way in order to maintain the short position. Otherwise, their broker or prime brokerage is going to force the cover on that short position. That's only going to happen if the stock is moving higher. AMC and GameStop are not moving higher. Nobody's borrowing against any positions. No one doing anything to keep those short positions open. So whatever this squeeze that you're talking about on AMC and GameStop, I hate to be the person to kind of be the bearer of bad news, but I do not believe anything like that is going to happen with or without Twitter going private. And Mike, are you still bullish on your original energy stocks you discussed at the beginning of this year? Lewis, yeah, I still think these energy stocks. So you guys understand why energy just went down. Okay. So I've been telling you guys now since we've been talking about it, probably about 2 weeks. We've probably been talking about it. We've probably been talking about it for about 2 weeks. And that is understanding what moves the price of oil. And the reason why oil stocks are down today, and then down on Friday as well, is China going into lockdown. So I don't know if you guys have been following along with this or not, but China has been locking down Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen. I mean, there's a lot of different areas of China that they're locking down. I mean, they're fencing off apartment complexes, not letting people leave. They're in complete full-blown lockdown in certain parts of the country. When China goes into lockdown like that, it's going to cause the demand for energy consumption that China uses, being the most highly populated country in the world, their energy consumption goes down. So when you have China go into lockdown, that is a huge impact on the price of oil, because it means if China goes into lockdown, not even the whole country, but just certain areas of China goes into lockdown, that's a relief in the oil supply. Okay. So as demand goes down, which China going into lockdowns, demand for oil and energy prices will go down. Okay. So that's why oil stocks are down these last couple of days, is because China is having a real serious problem with COVID again, and they're not, messing around with anything, and they're going into full-blown lockdowns, like crazy lockdowns. So if you're playing oil right now, you have to understand what's the news cycle that's moving oil. It used to be Russia and Ukraine. Those headlines were moving oil drastically. That's not really affecting the price of oil anymore. Okay, you haven't even heard anything about Russia and Ukraine for the last, several days, possibly even a week, before like that really was in the news cycle. It's like, the market has kind of become numb to the fact that there's a war going on in Eastern Europe, and it's not really having much of an effect on commodity prices right now. There's stuff that's going on in China with regards to COVID lockdowns that is having a greater impact for right now on commodity prices. And it's not just oil, it's copper. Copper is actually negative now year to date because of demand slowdown in China. China, the world's biggest consumer of copper. So when China goes into these lockdowns, it slows down Chinese growth and it slows down demand for commodities, which will bring down the price of those commodities. So that's why your oil stocks are down. Your oil stocks are going to be reporting earnings in a couple of weeks, and I still expect those earnings to actually do very well. I'm not in any oil stocks from a short-term trade, but I still do own all of them in the long-term portfolio. We took a lot of profit off on the long-term portfolio when energy stocks made their highs a few weeks back. We were peeling profits off on those positions, but I am still long some of those positions. And just to recap, those positions are Chevron, Exxon, Devon Energy, Pioneer, ConocoPhillips, Occidental, Marathon, and OneOak. Okay, those are the energy positions that I still have open. Profit has been taken off, but I am still long some, and we're going to see how they do going into earnings. Last question. I understand you went into 2022 with the DD that the energy sector would outperform. Have you found any other sector that would be worth with the current macro events? Yeah, it's kind of the recession hideouts. It's the stocks that are going to tend to outperform during a recession are the ones that I would kind of look for. And not too long ago, just a couple of weeks ago, I actually did a live stream. I gave you guys a list of some stocks that I thought were going to do really well during a recession. It's going to be your consumer staples that will tend to do well during a recession. What are consumer staples? Those are companies that make, products that you can't live without, whether the economy is booming or not. Whether the economy is booming or not, you need toothpaste, you need toilet paper, you need tissues, you need Band-Aids, you need, people like, Coca-Cola, or you need baby powder, all these other things. Like you're still going to buy those things with or without there being a recession or not. Okay. You need to focus, regardless of what's going on in the recession, if you get a recession out. So that's the area of the markets that I would say that you can really look for, that I think that would outperform in the current macro events. Because like I said, I am in the camp that in 2023, I am in the camp that we're going to get a bit of a recession. Again, not a major one, but a minor one. I think it's necessary to bring down inflation. I think it'll be healthy to kind of reset what was an extremely red hot economy, unlike anything that we've ever seen coming out of COVID. And we got to hit the reset button, and we got to go back to normal, steady, sustainable growth, not, 6-7% GDP numbers. That's not sustainable. But a solid, 3% GDP number is strong. And I think we've got to reset for that to happen. So I would look there, folks, on some of your consumer staples. I would just go back and check out that live stream too. I gave a whole list on those stocks. All right, folks, next question. Don't be shy, folks. Yesterday, you said emphatically that Twitter was not selling to Musk. Now that they did so, what about your thinking from yesterday was wrong? And what have you learned? I've learned absolutely nothing, Matthew Silver. I've learned absolutely nothing, man. You know, I said very, very emphatically that I have no idea what's going on in Elon Musk's head. I said, I don't think he's going to buy Twitter because I just don't know if he really is that serious about buying Twitter. I thought maybe he was kind of trolling it a little bit. I didn't really think he was gonna actually go through with buying Twitter. But I also said I have no idea what's going on in this guy's head. I'm not gonna try to pretend like I know what Elon Musk is thinking. I didn't learn anything from Elon Musk actually buying Twitter. The guy's, you know, he's extremely passionate about, you know, about free speech, and he wants to change Twitter. He wants to make it private. He actually said he doesn't even care. He doesn't look at it from a finance standpoint. He doesn't care about making money from it. Which, no, okay, good thing you're taking it private then, because if it, you know, as it maintains as a public company, you're going to have to make it a profitable business, and that's why he's going to take it private. He doesn't even care if he makes money off of Twitter. It's more of like a, I don't know, it's more of like a moral thing for him, and how this guy has the time, energy, and brain capacity to even think about this kind of stuff while you're trying to run Tesla, you're trying to run SpaceX, you got Starlink, you got all these other things going on. It's like, I don't know, why bother yourself with Twitter? I mean, it's interesting to see who he's going to put in place to kind of run the company, because I doubt he'll run the company. But again, I'm not being too empathetic with that, but or I'm not being too emphatic with me thinking he's not going to run the company, but I don't think he's going to be like CEO of Twitter. I think maybe he brings back Jack Dorsey. I don't know. Maybe Jack Dorsey comes back. Him and Jack Dorsey are actually friends. But I really don't know. You know, I really don't know. A lot of people are really obsessed over the Twitter Elon Musk saga, but you guys have to realize that, you know, once this deal goes through and it's a private company, it's over. Like, that's it. There's nothing else to really talk about regarding Twitter. There's no play there with regards to the stock. You know, a lot of people are wondering like, oh wait, Elon Musk gonna buy Twitter. So like, should I buy Twitter? Well, if you want to buy Twitter and then sell it for $54.20, because that's what every shareholder of Twitter is going to get. So every shareholder of Twitter, you're going to get $54.20 when this deal closes. The deal has not closed yet. The board has accepted their offer. I also very emphatically told everybody that was asking me for the last couple of days, like, Mike, how would you trade Twitter? And I was like, I wouldn't trade Twitter. Like, I don't think there was a trade there regarding Twitter. It's like, you know, it's just whenever you have these situations where you have like a takeover, or like a buyout, if it's not a bidding war, there's not much of really a trade there. There's not really much for you to do. The stock really wasn't moving all that much. And it's like, you're just bound by the mercy of, is the board taking his offer seriously? Are they not? The stock will go up $3-4. It'll go down $3-4. Is he going to get financing? Is he not? Does he have financing? Stock goes up $3, goes down $3 based on if he does or doesn't, until finally you actually got, hey, unanimous vote, board actually approved their offer. It's just funny how the board went complete 180, because when Elon Musk first made the offer at $54.20, you had like members of the board and shareholders of Twitter like very, very openly come out on Twitter nonetheless, saying like, no way, we're never going to sell to Elon Musk. $54.20, that's a joke. You know, that's far too low. We don't agree. We're turning it down. And now here you are, $54.20, and the board unanimously voted yes. And I think a lot of it had to do with Twitter was actually expected to have a horrible earnings on Thursday. Twitter's supposed to report earnings on Thursday, and they were going to lose. They were going to have a really ugly, or expected to have a pretty ugly loss in earnings per share, and that stock was most likely going to drop. Okay, you saw what happened to Netflix. You know, you saw Snapchat was saying that Snapchat had issues with like online advertising. We all know Facebook has had issues with advertising ever since the iOS change with Apple's devices. And it was looking like Twitter was set up for a complete, you know, probably disaster of an earnings report on Thursday, which would have saw the stock drop from, 46 to maybe, 38, or something like that. And then it's like, if you're the board, how do you justify turning down a $54 buyout if, let's say, 6 months from now, your stock's at 30? And I think maybe Twitter was expecting other maybe potential buyers to kind of come forward, and nobody gave them an offer. It was just Elon Musk or bust. And I think the board looked at it like, we're going to have a really hard time justifying not selling at 54 when our stock's at 30 a month from now. Because that's where I think Twitter stock was headed. I think Twitter stock was headed back into the 30s. So that's what I think kind of took place. That's what I think happened. Not trying to be a wise guy, but what opportunity could there be from a recession? Sounds like you were baiting people to sign up. Oh man, Carlton, no, bro. No, I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. Do you want me to show you what kind of opportunity there is in during a recession? I'll show you. Let's go to the chart. Let me actually show you what happens what opportunities there are when there is a recession. So let's look at the last couple of times that we've experienced a recession. And I'm just looking at the S&P. So you had a recession here when the dot-com bubble burst. You had a recession here during the 08-09 crash. You also had a little minor recession like type of environments in here in like 15 and 16. And then you had obviously the COVID crash. That was another full-blown kind of recession. Obviously, GDP growth went to zero because economies were completely shut down. So what happens during recessions, Carlton? What happened during recessions? Let's go back and let's zoom them in. During recessions, stocks go down, right? During recessions, stocks go down. And what usually takes place, and I'll go back here, then what happens during recession environments, you see stocks go down. What happens during recession, stocks go down. And what typically happens with all of your retail investors, or rather I should say like your uneducated investors and traders that are out there, when the stock market starts to go down, they panic and they think this is a really, really bad time to be in the stock market because stocks are down. So they say, oh, well, the stock market just came down 35%. And they don't think to themselves, well, maybe I should buy some, because they think, oh, the stock market's not doing well. It's down 35%. So I shouldn't do anything. I should stay away. It's dangerous. It's scary. But then when the markets go back to all-time highs, let's say in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years later, however long it takes to come out of the recession, and the markets go back to all-time highs, well, now all of a sudden the uneducated investor says, well, wow, I just heard that the Dow just made a new all-time high. Stocks are doing really well. I should probably get involved. What? If you wait, do you realize how much of an opportunity that you are missing out on? You don't want to be buying stocks when stocks are up at all-time highs. You want to buy stocks when the entire world is completely crapping themselves because the stock market is in a full-blown crash mode. You have to understand something, Carlton. If we look at the S&P 500, okay, which is the biggest kind of picture of what the U.S. economy is, okay? Now, NASDAQ is going to be very tech-weighted, right? Like really look at the S&P 500, 500 of the biggest companies. Okay, great. When you look at that, during the biggest crashes that we have had in our lifetime, and Carlton, I'm not sure how old you are, but let's go back and say that maybe you've been investing in the stock market even if you've been in the markets for 30 years, okay? Even if you've been in the markets for 30 years, the biggest declines that you have seen was the dot-com bubble, the 08-09 recession, and the COVID crash, okay? Those are the biggest stock market crashes that we have seen in our lifetime if you go back and if you've been investing for 30 years. In all of those scenarios, the dot-com bubble bursting, the S&P 500 went down about 50%. During the 08-09 Great Recession, the S&P 500 went down about 55%. During the COVID crash, the S&P 500 went down about 35%. So when I look at the markets, I say to myself, the worst stock market crashes of my lifetime was the dot-com bubble and the 08-09 recession, when really the financial system around the world almost completely broke. And even in that environment, The S&P 500 only went down 55%. And I say only because that was a doomsday scenario, a real doomsday scenario where we were 48 hours away from you going to the bank, going to the ATM machine to take out 20 bucks and then saying, I'm sorry, sir, I don't have your money. We're 48 hours away from that during the 08-09 recession and the financial crisis of 08 and 09. And even in that environment, the S&P 500 went down 55%. It didn't go down 95%. It didn't go down 90%, didn't go to zero, went down 55%. So when I look at the S&P 500, I say to myself, worst case scenario, I'm looking at a 50% sell-off. I'm looking at a 50% drawdown. Worst case scenario. The worst recession we've ever seen, we went down 55% on the S&P. So if we get a recession then in 2023, and let's say the markets are down 25%, 30%. Doomsday scenario, we're going to be down 55. That's the way that I look at it. When I look at the S&P 500, because in the worst stock, the S&P 500 is not going to zero, folks. Okay? Doesn't matter how much of a recession we have. Apple's still going to exist. Google's still going to exist. Johnson & Johnson's going to be doing just fine. All these companies are still going to be here. All right, we're not going to zero. If the S&P 500 goes to zero, it's because the zombie apocalypse, we're all living in the woods and there's nothing for anyone to use money actually for, because we're going to be trading, canned corn as a form of currency to try to survive in the woods. And at that point, your money's useless anyway. Opportunity exists when stocks go down. You need to change your mindset. This is what I've been saying to people since 2021, which is why I told everybody at the end of 2021, I'm selling half of my portfolio. I am not coming on here, Carlton, and I'm not trying to fear monger people into saying, oh my God, recession, I'm so terrified. You guys, you need to sign up to True Trading Group because, I'll tell you guys the secret to how to survive this. I'm excited for what is happening right now because I know that when the dust settles, as it always will, because it always has and it always will continue, when that dust settles, you are going to be left with tremendous buying opportunities in your long-term portfolio. Because if you did that during all of your other recessionary environments, okay, even if you got them early, even if you bought, let's say you bought there during the COVID decline, well, look where the markets are today. Let's go back to 2008. Let's say you were early on 2008. Even if you were early on 2008 and you bought in here, well, look where the markets were just 2 years later. Just 2 years later, look where the markets were. Just 2 years later, look where they are. Never mind where they are today. But if you decide that you're not going to take part in any of this and you're not going to buy anything during this sell-off, then yes, you are missing out on tremendous opportunity. And that's what I mean by what opportunity could there be from a recession? All of the opportunity that you could ever imagine. You look at Tesla at 1,000, you're like, oh man, I would love to buy more Tesla. How would you like to buy Tesla at 700? How would you like to buy Apple at 130? What about Google at 2,000? How about AMD at 75? The difference is, Carlton, that now you're going to have a chance to actually do this on your own terms. Okay. This is what I mean by by opportunity is created when you get recessionary environments, because nothing other than stocks go down during a recession. Take advantage of it. I'm excited as hell. I'm excited as hell. Don't be shy, folks. Next question. I'll take maybe one more. Thanks for answering, but why sign up now then? Should we not wait until 2022? Carlton, if you wait, brother, you're not going to know what to do when the opportunity presents itself. And I can't tell you what day it's going to happen, Carlton. You know, I can't tell you what day it's going to happen. But the other thing that you guys have to realize is that you don't have to wait until the dust settles and then just go and start buying long-term portfolio stuff. You can make money while the market's going down in the meantime. Like we just caught 102% gain on SPY put options on Friday. 102% gain on SPY put options in one day, literally in one day. Okay. Bought the options. I think it was what, like almost, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time. We sold them at like 3:30, 3:15 in the afternoon, 102% gain. You know, I mean, my whole game plan here for the balance of 2022 is going to be to prepare and to cash up my THD fam so that we can make money during this volatility, and then use that money and then roll it over into long-term portfolio stuff. That's the plan. The plan is to make money while the markets go down instead of just watching your 401k balance go down. Make money while markets go down, and then take that profit and then roll it into long-term portfolio stuff. Been burned before, was a part of another group, spent $7,500 over 2 years. Oh my God. With and got nothing, not your fault. Now, it makes sense, Carlton. Listen, man, I'm not, Carlton, your questions are all valid. I respect your questions. I respect you for asking those questions. I'm not trying to attack you or anything like that. I fully understand your skepticism. I mean, there's a lot of people out there in this world of online education that are totally full of shit. And they'll claim to have a secret that no one knows but them. But if you spend $7,500, they're going to share with you the secret. I worked at a fund professionally in New York, and I can tell you that there is no secret. If there was a secret, they would have told me it. The only secret is that you actually get educated and actually learn how to do something properly, just like you would get educated when you're learning any other skill in life. Like if you were going to change your career, Carlton, tomorrow, if you were going to become a construction worker, you're going to have to go through some level of training to actually learn how to become a construction worker and learn how to use the machinery, right? It's going to be some type of education you're going to have to get. Would you rather learn from someone that has been a professional construction worker for 15 years, or would you rather learn from someone that, opened up a YouTube channel 2 years ago and has 1 million followers because they, advertise a lot and have a catchy slogan? It's like, who do you want to learn from is really what you have to ask yourself. So I don't blame you at all, man. I don't blame you at all. It's not your fault. It's really not. Carlton, I lost 30K from my previous group. What I learned in THD will help me make it back. Yeah, Keith, my man, Keith. Keith is a very active THD member, folks. Ferris Bueller's Fiat says 100% refund, Carlton. Yeah, Carlton, we also do have a money back guarantee. I was going to touch upon that later, but I'll mention it now since Ferris Bueller's Fiat just kind of brought it up for you, Carlton. So at Trade Trading Group, we're very different from a lot of other places, and you'll learn that, from just, spending some time with us for just a little while. We're fully transparent. We don't sugarcoat anything. I don't use superlatives. I don't, blow things out of proportion. I don't focus on sensationalism and all of that stuff. I'm very real, very open and transparent with you guys. And we also believe very strongly in our ability to help you become successful. And not everyone's going to become successful. Okay. We're not going to have a 100% success rate. amongst the TTG family members, but I'm so confident in our ability to help you become successful that we offer a double your money back guarantee. And what that means is when you join True Trading Group, okay, if you go through our courses, our quizzes, and attend one study group, if you still do not make your membership fee back at least once during the course of your year, and it goes at your own pace. I mean, you literally have access to the courses 24/7, 365. So you go at your own pace on your own schedule. You don't have to like do it within 30 days or anything like that. You can spend your time however you want going through all that stuff. And if you still don't make your membership fee back, I'll give you double what you paid to True Trading Group to become a member. Carlton, I've not signed up yet, but I've been following Mike a few weeks and I'm already learning a lot and making money. I can't wait to. Nice. A day in the life of perfume. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that you're learning something just from the live streams. Really, really, really happy to hear that you're learning a lot from the live streams. I mean, listen, if the live streams are helping you make money, I mean, that's phenomenal. That's incredible. I'm super happy. We try to drop some golden nuggets in here. I drop golden nuggets on a daily basis. I always tell you guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you got to subscribe to the channel. Nice. I'm re-getting my losses very slowly with a small account. Yes, sassy. It's incredible what a real education can do for you guys. You know, so many members, there's so many members in True Trading Group that when they first joined, you know, they lost a bunch of money with another group in the past. And now they found True Trading Group and they realized like, wow, like what I was a part of before was not really actually what trading was. A lot of members like that. There's a lot of TTG members are probably saying the same thing. You know, look, we're taking the long road, folks. You know, we're taking the long road here. We're here to disrupt an industry. It's not easy to do, but it's the right way. You know, we're really taking the long road to try to disrupt this industry, and it's not the easy way, but in my opinion, it's the right way. And that's what makes us, I think, separates us from other groups. Carlton, I left TTG and went somewhere else. Big mistake. I'm now back to TTG and doing things the right way. Josh Martin, I'm glad to have you back, brother. I'm glad to have you back. All right. And maybe if my TTG family members, if there's maybe a bunch of you that have probably had similar experiences, like if you guys were part of a different group in the past, you know, got taken advantage of or lost a bunch of money, learned nothing, and then now you join True Trading Group and the only regret is that you didn't join True Trading Group sooner. Maybe some of you can comment and chat a little bit, just kind of help Carlton out. Carlton, I feel for you, man. I really do, because there's so many horror stories out there of people that got taken advantage of. You know, so I definitely feel for you. But I'm glad to have you here, and even if you don't become a member of True Trading Group, I'm glad to have you on the lives. Who else is here, guys, that's not a member of True Trading Group? And if you're not a member of TTG, type TTG. Like literally, if you're not a member, type the letters TTG in chat right now. Type TTG if you're not a member. And folks, stay right where you are, because in just about 7 minutes, I'm going to go over the overall markets. We'll talk about Twitter. All right, we got Filski, Carlton, what's up? James Joy, we got Matt Chu, Razvan, Donald Colucci, what's up? A friend of mine is named Donald Colucci. Tommy Grace, Neon, Curtis is a trial member. Curtis, welcome. Free Gaming. Dave Norby, welcome back.
Is it true?
It's true. Dave Norby's back.
I'm dying. And I came here for you, Dave Norby.
Super One is also a trial member. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice. John Davies says, this is my third time seeing True Trading Group on a live stream. John, welcome back, man. All right. Guys, listen here. Let me do this. Because I know Carlton, there was a couple of people that were, we got to come here. I'm a newbie, had a significant loss and am banking on TTG. They work their hearts out, and I am now learning how to trade the right way. Nice. Yeah. You know, it happens so often. I don't know, you know, I guess people kind of have to just go through it first. But you know how many times I've heard from people where they're like, you know what, I'm going to try this stuff out on my own. They lose thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. And then they're like, okay, you know what, I probably should actually learn what I'm doing. It happens all the time. And I just feel like, instead of you losing $2, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $40,000, spend $11.85 investing in education and a platform that can actually give you tools and resources that can help you guys have a better chance of becoming successful instead of just pissing that money away. Don't make the mistake that a lot of people make and think that, oh, I'll just figure this stuff out on my own. I don't need to learn from anybody. There's not a single other profession in the world that you would do that for. Like any other profession, you would actually go and have someone to actually show you how to do something. Don't make that mistake. It's a very costly one. So folks, like I said, 7 minutes from now, I'm going to go over the overall markets. We're going to talk about Twitter. The bounce today in the market, is that kind of, hey, green light, the coast is clear, or is there more pain ahead? And then what do we think about earnings this week? So we still have a lot to talk about on this live stream. What I think is going to go down with earnings. We got the Fed meeting on May 4th. You got Elon Musk buying Twitter, and then you got to bounce back in the markets. Is the coast clear? Is there more pain to come? In 7 minutes, I'll cover all of those topics. But Carlton was, I was having a conversation with Carlton. There was a lot of other members, or non-members rather, that were asking questions about the membership. So let me just tell you guys real quick about True Trading Group. And we have a discount and an incentive for those that want to join here by midnight tonight. That's good until midnight tonight. I'll tell you about that for about 7 minutes or so. And then we're going to dive into all those other topics. You have to realize that, True Trading Group is not like, most other programs and services that are out there, because we're not just a chat room with trade alerts, right? We are an entire platform, and we take a professional trading educational curriculum. It's a simplified version, but also expanded upon version. What I learned when I worked at the fund in New York, it's in-depth and complex, yet it's still very easy to understand and implement quickly. Whether you've never traded stock a day in your life, or you've been trading, for many years and you're just trying to kind of gain an edge, the platform can help you reach your goals and can help you guys, achieve things that you never thought were originally possible. We pair that with premium tools from today's top fintech companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Quote Media, Polygon, CBOE, right, and more. These are tools that professional traders use to make better decisions. You have access to these tools on our platform. They're all included. Like if you went to those companies on your own that I just named, if you were going to pay for their services, it's going to cost you about $4,000 to $5,000 a year. You don't have to. We as a company went to those places. We negotiated those terms for their products to be on our platform so you can use them. It's all included in your membership price. You don't have to pay extra to use those tools. That's what I mean by it's a platform. And you're going to be joining a community of traders, okay, that are helpful, educated, like-minded, they're led by a team of full-time trading moderators that has over 100 years of combined trading experience. It's not just me. There's 8 other professional traders that all have their own style. They're giving you guys market commentary. They're sharing their trade ideas with you in real time, right? Like that's what makes True Trading Group different from a lot of other places. And results matter at True Trading Group. It's not just my results or someone on social media's results. It's your results. Your results actually matter at True Trading Group. We measure your results by your P&L. Are you making money or are you losing money? Like, how are you doing as a member of True Trading Group? That's how we measure your results. And most of the TeachD members, okay, are making money and becoming better traders. And if you guys do not believe me, I'll ask a question real quick. Guys, if you're a member of True Trading Group, do me a favor, type a $ in chat right now if you're making money and you're becoming a better trader because of True Trading Group. Just type the $. Because now if you are a member, go ahead and type the $. If you are a member of True Trading Group and you're making money and becoming a better trader, $. Now, if you're not a member, my advice is just to pay attention to how many people type a $ right now, because there's no difference between these people and you. Like they found TTG the same way you did, and that's one of these live streams. That's how they found us. They had all the same excuses that you had: small account, lost a bunch of money in the past, don't know what they're doing, have a full-time job. But yet here they are telling you that they're actually making money and they're becoming better traders. So folks, listen, hear me out real quick. So in just a couple minutes, we're going to talk about the SPY. We're going to talk about Elon and Twitter. We're talking about earnings. We're going to talk about everything, okay? But the next 15 people that go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121, you'll get a 46% discount on your membership. It's going to bring the price from $22.12 all the way down to just $11.85 for the entire year. That's 46% off. The next 15 people are also going to get a brand new free laptop upon completing our courses and quizzes. Okay, you'll know you're getting a laptop as long as you see it in your checkout cart. That's how you know that you are good to go and you're actually going to be receiving one of those laptops. We were going to raise the price over $1,200 today, but Ryan was able to get more laptops. Okay. And we wanted to give people a chance to sign up with it because we sold out of the laptops last night. We used to have laptops all the time. We have relationships with wholesalers, but for a while there, it became really difficult for us to get our hands on them because of supply chain issues. Over the last couple of days or last week or so, we actually have been able to get some. We sold out last night. We were able to secure another batch here today. So, hey, maybe that's a sign of foreshadowing that supply chain issues might be righting themselves. Now we're able to get our hands on some laptops a little bit easier, but who knows? We'll see. But we were able to get 15 new laptops. So instead of having the price bump back up over $1,200 today, since we got our hands on some, I'll give you guys another chance to jump on them since we sold out of laptops yesterday. So $11.85 price point and a free laptop. And then if you guys are also going to get 2 small private study group sessions, that's a chance for you to get individual attention from a TTG moderator to ask questions, go over things you don't understand, really speed up that learning curve. And then you have the double your money back guarantee, which I already explained to you guys earlier. So like you'll join TTG, you'll pay $11.85. If you go through our courses, quizzes, and attend one study group and do not make $11.85 back, okay? If you don't make that membership fee back at least once over the course of your membership, we will give you back $2,370. I'm dead serious. $2,370. That is twice what you paid to become a member. And why do we do this? I simply feel that if I'm going to come up here every day and I'm going to say, guys, we're different from the rest, your results matter. It's all about education. Learn how to do things the right way. And if I'm going to ask you to entrust your hard-earned money in the TTG platform to help you reach your goals, then I just simply think that we should put that money up with you. And you'll put up $11.85. We will put up $11.85. If you don't make that $11.85 back at least once, we're going to give you $2,370 back in return. And that is how confident we are in our ability to help you become successful. That's why the results are measured on your P&L and no one else. It doesn't matter if I made $1 million this month. It does not matter because those $1 million would not go towards, not even one of those dollars would go towards paying your bills. Not even one. That's why it's your results that matter. And that's how we base our money back guarantee on your ability to become successful thanks to the education, the tools, the resources, and the platform that you are joining when you enter the TTG family. So you just have to go to ttgoffer.com right now, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price will reflect the $11.85, and you guys sign up and you were good to go. Listen, you don't need to enter your address for the laptop. After you sign up, you will get instructions on how to claim your free laptop. Okay, you don't have to enter your address when you first join. All right. Get it? Got it? Excelente. All right. So there we have, folks. So take advantage again. So again, that's good for the next 15 people. After tonight at midnight, price is going to jump up over there over 1,200. We were able to get those 15 laptops. We sold out of them yesterday. I expect we're going to sell out of them today. I don't know why people love free stuff. It's a free laptop. We even cover the shipping costs. You can use it to trade with, use it for work, give it to your kid for school, sell on eBay, whatever you want to do with it. It's our gift to you for joining the TTG family. All right. Okay, folks. And guys, also, we're giving out 3 code words tonight, right? This is for my TTG fam. If you're not a member of True Trading, don't worry about this. This doesn't relate to you. But for my members, we do a lot of fun giveaways. We give away cash. We give away electronics. So tonight we got 3 code words. We already gave away the first earlier on the live stream. The second code word for tonight is deal. Deal. DEAL, deal. That is the second code word for tonight for my THD fam. Okay, deal. All right. Julie Hamilton goes, such a great education here, seeing so many improvements in just 1 month after 8 months of trading on my own. Awesome. It's all about education. It's all about the education. I'm telling you, guys would be you'd be astounded at how many things that you think you know that you really actually don't. I'm not saying TG makes you smart money immediately, but definitely opens your eyes. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, guys, listen. And I told you, I'm not gonna. I don't. I don't exaggerate. I don't. I don't sugarcoat anything. I can't guarantee you that you guys are all going to become successful and make millions of dollars when you join True Kingdom. I can't guarantee you that. But I can guarantee you a real chance to develop the skills that are necessary to achieve the goals that you all are looking for. And that's what the TTG platform provides you. Okay? So again, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. You guys can take advantage of that deal before it's too late. All right? So with that said, let's take things on over to the charts. Let's go over now and we'll talk about Elon Musk and Twitter first because we can just get this one right out of the way. I know a lot of people are very excited about this, but a lot of people also don't really necessarily understand what is going on or what this means for Twitter stock. Like a lot of people are asking me like, hey, what should I like? How should I play Twitter? Like people think that because Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter that, that the stock is going to explode. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. Also, guys, real quick, before I forget, trial members, if you're a trial and you want access to this 1185 price point, if you're a trial, because if you're a trial member, you'll have to pay $14.20 to join after your free trial is up. If you're a trial member and you want to take advantage of the 1185, Adam, can you pull up on your chart real quick? All right. So guys, if you're a trial member here, you can actually take advantage of this 1185 price as well instead of paying $14.20 or potentially even higher. Just go to your trial dashboard. You have to log into your trial dashboard first. And then click the join now, that green button that says join now. Ignore your coupon code that's on the screen and enter TTG121 and then click apply code. And then that will bring the price down to $11.85. Okay. So that's how, if you're a trial member, that's how you guys can take advantage of this deal. Okay. That's how you guys can take advantage of this deal. But you have to log in first. Okay. And don't worry about the address for the laptop, guys. Again, I told you that before. Don't worry about address. I said that earlier. Okay. After you sign up, you'll be prompted instructions on how to claim your free laptop. All right. Okay, guys. So let's talk about this Twitter. So $54.20 is right here. All right. Zoom this in. All right, so here it is. All right, so here is your buyout price. This purple line, that's your buyout price. It's $54.20. Okay, that's the buyout. The board of Twitter has approved a buyout and an acquisition from Elon Musk of Twitter at $54.20. What does this now mean for Twitter? Okay. This company will now become private. Okay. It's kind of similar to when Microsoft bought LinkedIn. LinkedIn used to be a publicly traded company. LinkedIn is no longer a publicly traded company. The company went private. Twitter is going to be just like that. Twitter is no longer going to be a public company. This company will be going private at $54.20. Every single shareholder of Twitter, if any one of you right now own shares of Twitter, your shares will be bought from you at $54.20. If you own Twitter from a cheaper price, congratulations, you've made money. If you own Twitter from a higher price, you have lost money. Okay? This stock will not trade above $54.20 unless some other group company comes in at the last minute and says, we will offer you a higher price than $54.20. Now, it doesn't look like that's happening because when Elon Musk made his initial offer of $54.20 a share, nobody else came to the table. And Twitter initially was rejecting that offer without even bringing it to a board vote, which they have since now done and have agreed to it. But during that time frame, no other company came with an offer. So it doesn't seem like anyone else is interested in buying Twitter. And anyone that would want to buy Twitter would be buying Twitter for, at a number that would make sense where they feel like they can make a profit from it. Elon Musk is not doing this to make a profit, according to his own statement. I'm not trying to be inside of his head. This is according to his own statement. Everybody welcome Derek. Derek's the first member of the fam to join and take advantage of that offer here tonight. Guys, everybody welcome Derek. 14 of those laptops are now left. 14 of those laptops are now left. Everybody welcome Derek. All right, remember, guys, just go to ttgoffer.com. All right, you guys can use that coupon code and you'll get the 46% discount. You'll get the free laptop. You got the 2 private study groups and the double your money back guarantee. All right. I'm taking away all your excuses. We're knocking down the price. I'm giving you a free laptop. I'm giving you individual attention from one of the pros at TTG, and I'm going to guarantee a 100% return on your investment of $11.85. You don't make it back $11.85, I'll give you back $23.70. Everybody welcome Stephanie, newest member of the group. There's now just 13 of those laptops left. I'm telling you, these laptops will not last. We had 20 of them last night, I believe. We sold out of all of them last night. We were able to get our hands on a couple of more. I would jump on them, guys, before it's too late. All right. Oh, we got another one here. Juliet, welcome. Welcome to the family, Juliet. There's now just 12 laptops left, guys. Welcome, Juliet. 12 laptops now remain. Welcome to the TTG family. Welcome. All right. Guys, and then don't forget, after midnight tonight, so right now it's $11.85. After midnight tonight, price is going to jump over $1,200. All right, so take advantage of that $11.85 price point now. Okay, so back to Twitter. So that's really the only way that Twitter stock is going to go higher than $54.20 is if another company says, we'll give you 60. Well, then the stock will probably jump to like 58. Okay, and then a bidding war will start to take place, and then the stock can actually move higher. But if that doesn't happen, which it doesn't seem like it's going to, this stock's not really going to move. The only potential here is potentially downside if the deal falls apart. If the deal falls apart, this stock will crater. And how could the deal fall apart? Now, the board has agreed and they have accepted Elon Musk's offer. But just like when you're buying a house, okay, when the offer is accepted, you guys have a deal, but the financing still has to close and you have to actually go to closing with the attorneys, sign all the paperwork, transfer the money in order for the deal to be done. Okay, that has not yet happened. Okay, you can expect that to happen probably. I don't think this is going to take very long. I think that this should probably, within the next 1 or 2 weeks, maybe, you can probably wrap this up and get this deal finalized. But if something happens with the financing, maybe there's a delay with the financing. If there's a delay with the financing, the stock will probably drop because people might think that a delay would mean that there's an issue with the financing, or if Elon Musk is not able to get the financing, which I also don't really think that's going to happen either. Then the stock could actually move lower. So there really isn't upside here. There's just potential down. I mean, listen, the stock's at 51.90. So yeah, there's upside to 54.20. If you buy the stock now at $51.93, when the deal actually closes, you'll get $54.20. But if the deal doesn't close for whatever the reason, this stock will probably go back down to 40 bucks. 39. It'll probably go back right to where it was before the Elon Musk's offer at 54.20. Okay. So that's what's going on there with Twitter. Everybody welcome Theo Phil. Theo Phil, welcome to the Teachy family. There's now just 11. Okay. There's now just 11 laptops left. Theo Phil is now just 11 laptops left. All right. 11. That's it. Guys, remember, the laptop's free. We even cover the shipping costs. As long as DHL ships to your country, we got members in True Trading Group. We have members all over the globe. We're about 9,500 strong, and we are worldwide. So as long as you got DHL, laptop coming your way. All right. So that's with Twitter. So you guys have to understand how these things work. There's really not a play here. Anything to the upside higher than 54.20. Okay. And if you own shares, you don't have to do anything. Literally do nothing. When this deal closes, all of a sudden, however amount of shares you own, you'll get those amount times 54.20 will be in your account. All right. So that's it. Okay. That's Elon Musk and Twitter. All right. I don't have anything else to say about the deal that, some people were asking me about, what does this mean for like the platform? I don't care about the platform. I don't, we're not going to get into any politics or anything like that. We never do on these live streams, which is always about how to make money. That's it. That's all we care about is how to make money. Right. So Twitter will no longer be trading. It'll be a private company once this deal closes. Okay. So that's it. All right, guys. Now, next, what I'd like to go over with you guys is a SPY. Okay. Now I want to talk to you guys about the SPY. Now, this morning, okay, everybody welcome Sushmitha. Sushmitha. I hope I'm not pronouncing that incorrectly. Welcome. Okay, welcome. There's now just 10 of those laptops left, guys. I'm telling you, these laptops are going to go quick. So 10 of them already down. So everybody welcome Sushmitha. Welcome TTG family. Remember, guys, go to ttgoffer.com. Take advantage of it. You guys have a double your money back guarantee. Like, I'm not kidding. It's right there on the site in black and white. So, like I said, I'm going to take away as many excuses as you guys have. All right. So with the SPY, here's what I'm thinking, folks. All right. We said today in chat, right? And my TG fam, true or false? Did we or did we not say today pre-market? I'm looking for the markets to gap down, sell the morning, and then potentially bounce in the afternoon after the European markets close, right? True or false? Because I know a lot of people that are on the live stream, if you're not a member, you're not in chat with me during the day, unfortunately. So you weren't there for that analysis, but that was our plan the whole day today. Right, my TG fan, we talked about this pre-market. You guys can just say true or false if you're a member of the fam. You guys were in chat when we were talking about this. That was the game plan, was to watch for the gap down today, sell it in the morning, and then bounce back in the afternoon. And that's exactly what happened. Guys, listen, everyone signing up, if it says your membership expires tomorrow, just refresh your dashboard. It will be the correct date. Okay. So if it says it expires tomorrow, just refresh your dashboard. It'll be the correct date. Yep. Legacy build, same thing. Legacy build says, yeah, you said that on last night's YouTube as well. That's right. Last night's YouTube, we talked about looking for a gap down in the markets and then look for that gap down for the market to then bounce from there. That's exactly what happened today. Let's go to a 3-minute chart. Let's talk about it. Okay. You had a gap down this morning. We sold it off early. We made fresh new lows. And then all of a sudden the markets then bounced and rallied into the close. And we kind of sniffed this out. And the way that I played this, okay, And it's kind of unfortunate the way that I went after this trade, because what I did was, instead of me going after the SPY, I was kind of waiting out the SPY move lower, and Tesla was very, very strong to start the day. So I actually stepped in here and I got long Tesla right there at 986 and change. So right here is where I stepped in and I actually bought Tesla. Okay. And every time that I buy a large cap stock, or if I short a stock, I understand everybody doesn't have the type of capital to trade shares of Tesla. Okay. But when I trade shares of a large cap like this, or even if it's $100 stock or even a $50 stock, I understand that some people don't have the capital to trade those shares. So I'll always alert you to an option trade that can coincide with it. So I stepped in, I bought Tesla because Tesla was significantly stronger than other areas of the market. And, you know, we took a lot of beautiful profit off the table on these moves up towards these new highs on Tesla. And then I was waiting for Tesla to make a move here later in the day to give me the breakout. And I'm telling you, this would have happened if the Twitter deal was never announced. So I was long Tesla, looking for the SPY to rally in the afternoon. And as soon as we start to rally, okay, we start to rally in the SPY, but then that's when Twitter was halted, right? That's when Twitter halted right there around 2:30. And then that's the exact moment that what's it called? That Tesla was about to break through the high of the day. So right when Tesla was about to break through the high, Twitter gets halted, news pending. And then it was like, oh, Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter. They agreed to the deal. So then you immediately got selling pressure that came into Tesla, because people are looking at Elon Musk maybe selling Tesla shares to help cover the cash requirement for him to put down for the financing, which he doesn't necessarily have to. But what he is going to have to do is actually do a margin loan, and he's going to pledge Tesla shares in order to get that loan. Okay. So that does not mean that, you know, there's going to be selling in Tesla. I mean, there could be if Elon Musk decides that he's going to, but it doesn't mean that there has to be. Okay. It doesn't mean that there has to be. All right. So then I just took my final profit off the table. Once I was like, okay, Twitter's halted, Elon Musk, that offer is going through, I took my final profit off the table on Tesla. We made some nice money there today on that Tesla trade. Okay. And we would have made a lot more if that Twitter deal was never announced. I would have fully expected Tesla to do this if the Twitter deal was never announced, because then that's what brought selling pressure into Tesla. Okay. That's what brought selling pressure into Tesla. People were scared that Elon Musk was going to start selling shares in Tesla to buy Twitter. And that's where that selling pressure came from. So, but nonetheless, that's how I made money on that analysis. We had a couple other members that just went after the SPY, and we caught that beautiful bounce. But now, what does this mean going forward? Like, is that it? Is that the end of it? Is this over? Are we finished? Is the sell-off done? Because doesn't it kind of look like we have a bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming? Let's talk about that, right? There's your neckline. Okay, there's your left shoulder. There's your head. And then if this low holds, that would be your right shoulder, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be your right shoulder? Sure as hell would. So that would indicate what? That the markets are going to move higher? That's typically what it does, because there's your left shoulder, there's your head, and then here would be your right shoulder. And then there's your neckline. Now, does this mean the coast is clear? I'll tell you my opinion. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so. All right. So what my thoughts are, what I believe is that we have earnings coming up here. Okay. Tomorrow's earnings are going to start off. You're going to get Microsoft. You're going to get Alphabet. Two monsters, two of the top 5 biggest companies in the S&P coming out with earnings tomorrow. Then you got Meta. Then you got Amazon. Okay. And a whole other laundry list of huge names that are reporting earnings. Now, I told you guys this yesterday on the live stream that I believed we were going to get a little bit of a stabilization in the market as, you know, maybe Microsoft, Google, Amazon, like if they have good earnings. And so far, we have no reason to think that earnings are going to be really bad this week, because so far about 79% of companies that have reported earnings, and that stat's actually like 2 days old. So I've got to actually see what the recent number is. That was as of like Thursday. As of Thursday, it was 79% of companies that have reported earnings beat. So I got to see what the updated number is as of today. But then it's really going to matter once you get through this week. So I think that the markets might try to stabilize here after earnings and hold those February and March lows. If you get misses from Google, from Microsoft, from Amazon, if those companies miss and give poor guidance going forward, then the markets are going to be in real trouble, because that is what I think can hold the market in place for now. And then you have the Fed meeting on May 4th. I think the markets actually rally after the Fed meeting. And I would say I would look for the markets to go back to test this region. Okay, I look for the markets to go back and test this region here and then find resistance. And then after the Fed meeting, you'll get, CPI data. And then if CPI data comes in to say that inflation did not peak, okay, if inflation did not peak, then you're going to be looking at, that's when I think you can actually break those March and February lows. Okay, and that's kind of what I think is going to happen here with regards with the overall market. So that's kind of the bigger picture that's in play. That's my analysis. That's what I think. Okay. And that's how we're going to play it. I do think that the bounce that you saw today, could it give you legs tomorrow? It certainly could, especially if you get good earnings from Microsoft and Google after the bell, or Alphabet, the parent company rather. This bounce could give you a little bit more legs, and you got to see then what happens with the Fed on May 4th. But if earnings are bad, guys, I can't express to you how important this week is. I really can't. Because if you get bad earnings from companies this week, you have to go down and test the February, March low. So these earnings are really going to be a make or break for the markets. So make sure you guys get your butts in chat. You don't have to actually be in front of your computer screen. Use the mobile app. Even if you guys are busy with work this week, this is going to be a crucial week for the market. So use the mobile app. You don't have to be sitting in front of your computer screen staring at charts and chat all day long. The mobile app allows you to stay connected with your mobile device, so you can still see the screen share. You can listen to the audio analysis. You can hear what the mods are talking about. And you'll also get real-time push notifications whenever a moderator enters or exits a trade. Because these earnings this week are going to be really, really important. Okay. All your big mega cap tech names absolutely can move this market. Godfrey, welcome to the family. Godfrey, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There are now just 9 of those laptops left, guys. Just 9 of those laptops left. All right. There's also going to be 2 major, guys, and also if you have questions about the membership or you're having a hard time signing up, you guys can send a text message to 201-775-9702. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. Okay, 201-775-9702. And then there's 2 resistance levels I want you to look at. These are the resistance levels that you need to be, not this one. I'll draw 2 lines on my screen, and you should draw both of these lines on yours. Because these are the resistance levels that if earnings are good, and if there's a rally after the Fed meeting, these are the 2 potential levels that the markets could find resistance to then eventually trade back to the downside. Okay. One previous used to be support. If we broke it on Friday, you look for that to become resistance if it gets tested. If earnings and a Fed meeting rally take you past that and you get back up to this, you look for that resistance to keep us in check. And that, my friends, would be a major resistance level. That's going to be the 100-day moving average, also the 200-day moving average. And that's also all of this resistance from last week and from 2 weeks prior to that. That's a major level of resistance. That's even heavier resistance than this 436, 437. Okay. So those are the 2 major levels of resistance that if you're looking for put options, bounces into those areas are where you're going to want to do it. Does anybody have any questions about what I just talked about? Anybody have any questions about what I just spoke about? Anybody? Anything that you didn't understand? Anything that wasn't clear. This market makes no sense. Literally 3 days ago, we were told it was crashing. Was that not what was being said? It has crashed, JU. My God. It has crashed. What's wrong with you? It has crashed. Just because you have a green day today doesn't mean that that's it. So a crash is something that takes place over time, my friend. It doesn't just happen in one day. Okay. The stock market has just, you had some very, very severe moves to the downside so far this year. And, you know, the market did crash on Thursday and Friday, but the stock markets don't just move in straight lines, my friend. You have red days, you have green days. Okay. So, I still do not believe that that we're finished here. It's going to all come down to inflation. And if inflation does start to come back down, if inflation does come down, then the markets are going to be able to move, to be free to move higher. What's going to determine if the markets are able to actually move higher this year is going to be if inflation comes down quickly. Because if inflation comes down quickly, the Fed could be less aggressive with their rate hikes. And if the Fed is less aggressive, then there's a less chance of the economy going into a recession next year. That scenario is what could help the markets move higher. But you're going to have to read the data. You're going to have to understand, well, I mean, we'll do it. We'll do that heavy lifting for you on that inflation data. Is it actually coming down? Yes or no? Because if it's not, if inflation doesn't come down, the Fed is going to have to be even more aggressive. And the more aggressive the Fed is, the more likely a chance of a recession. That's how this is going to play itself out. Everybody welcome John. John, and welcome to the family. There's now just 8 of those laptops left. Everybody welcome John. Okay, everybody welcome John. 8 laptops left. Okay, 8. Go to ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. Okay, so you know that's really what this is going to come down to. And the reality of it is that there's so many other factors at play that are affecting inflation that nobody knows what the answer is. Like there isn't a right or wrong answer right now. You have to understand that 6 months from now, it's not like, hey, is inflation going to be up or down? Nobody knows what that answer is because there are so many different variables. Like the Russia-Ukraine war, that matters when it comes to inflation because that affects food and energy prices. China going into lockdown because of COVID, that matters because it affects supply chains. So there's things like, let's say the Russia-Ukraine war doesn't end. China, full-blown lockdown, the whole entire country. That's going to be a serious problem for inflation. Flip side, let's say next month the Russia-Ukraine war ends. Then let's say China reopens, no more lockdowns. That would help bring inflation down. So these are all things. Do you know when the Russia-Ukraine war is going to end? I sure as hell don't. I'm not going to pretend like I do. Do you know when China is going to stop going into lockdowns? Do you know if they're going to go into more or less? No, I sure as hell don't. There is not a right answer to those questions. This is where being part of a community like this, where we can analyze that information on the go to make a determination if we think, okay, is this good or is this bad? Are markets going to go up or down based on this information? And I give you guys that analysis literally every single day. And when you have fluid situations like this, where everything is constantly changing, you've got to be able to read what's happening, analyze it, understand it, and then make a decision. Markets going up or markets going down, what sectors are going to be strong, what sectors are going to be weak. And the Mods and I Entry Trading Group will do a lot of that hard lifting for you. Okay? So there you have it. Mike, what would you say to people who have been invested for 20 plus years in their 401ks? Stay the course or switch cash for a while? At this point, 3-phase, I would say stay the course because I think that we are maybe closer to the bottom than we are to the top. I would say, like, listen, I told everybody at the end of last year, and I'll tell you guys again what I would do with my money. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not a retirement professional or anything like that. Okay, so you guys make sure you always consult your own retirement professionals and your own licensed financial advisors. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, when you guys ask me these kind of questions, I'll give you my opinion on what I do with my own money, and then you can do whatever you want with that. At the end of last year, when the markets were sitting up at highs, I told everybody, guys, I'm selling out a half my long-term portfolio because I thought we were going to get a pullback this year. And sure enough, we have. So that ended up being a good decision on my part. Now, the markets are already down a significant amount from the all-time highs in January. So, you know, if I did not sell anything at this point, I wouldn't sell anything. At this point, I would just look for, especially myself, I'm not looking to retire anytime soon. I'm going to retire, you know, 30 years from now. So, you know, my time horizon is long and extensive. So, you know, what I'm looking at now is with the markets, like, you know,
I just had anxiety. What do you mean 30 years from now?
Until I'm like not in the market like that.
Bro, I can't do this. You want 30 years?
I'm talking about the market. I'm talking about like I'm not going to be moving to like fixed income and dividend payments and everything like that in my portfolio until I'm in my 60s. I'm going to be heavily invested through my 50s.
Feeling good. I'm really not feeling good. And I'm having a hard time with when you say certain things like that.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna be fully invested. Well, past my 50s, I'll be fully invested.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
just saying, you know, make today the best day ever. It's my throat coat tea.
Good for you, man. Good, Adam's feeling better. So yeah, that's kind of, you know, I would just look for, like, what I'm doing now is I'm starting to get my shopping list ready, right? Like, I mean, this is my notebook where I keep like all my notes and stuff, and I got my shopping list and everything. And when the time comes, I'm going to just be looking to add to my long-term portfolio when the opportunities present themselves. And we're getting close. We're getting very, very close. I'll let you guys know when that time comes. All right. So that kind of just about covers it there, folks. All right. We kind of talked about everything that I wanted to discuss with you, the overall markets. We talked about Elon Musk and Twitter, and, you know, how we made some money today. You know, let's see what earnings bring us. Okay. Let's see what earnings bring us here this week. It's a huge week. Make sure you guys get yourselves, you know, part of the group, part of the family, because this week's earnings can dictate the direction that the markets go for the next 2 weeks for sure. Anybody else? Last chance for questions. Last call for questions. Anybody before I move on? Guys, we're giving out 3 code words today. The first and second ones were given out earlier on this live stream, and I will now give you guys the third and final code word for tonight. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, don't worry about this. This code word's not relevant for you. We do a lot of fun giveaways with our members. We give away cash and electronics. The third code word for tonight is market. Okay, guys, the third code word for tonight is market. Market. Okay, that's the third and final code word for tonight. All right, guys, what I'll do now, for those that are still interested, I'll show you guys the actual platform that is True Trading Group. If you want to take advantage of that offer, we still got a couple of those laptops left. I think we've got about 8 of them left. Mike, what do you think you will start buying this year or in 23? Definitely buying back tech stocks. I'm definitely, because I sold out of a huge portion of my tech stocks at the end of last year. Do you think you will start buying this year, or when, not what? I'm going to do some buying this year for sure. If my analysis is correct, I will be adding to my portfolio at some point this year. That doesn't mean I can't still add to it next year, because I probably will. But most likely this year, I will be adding to my long-term portfolio. Yes. All right. So guys, let me show you the platform. Like I said, we've got about 8 laptops left. If you want to take advantage of the free laptop, the price is $11.85. Price goes up. Netflix run or buy. John, I think Netflix has more room to the downside. I don't think there's too much more room to the downside. I think you're getting pretty close. But I think it's going to break under 200. And I just think it might be kind of dead money for a little while. It might be dead money for a little while. I'm just not in a rush to buy Netflix because they're expecting to lose 2 million customers next quarter. That's terrible. They lost 200,000 last quarter. You saw what happened to the stock. I mean, a lot of that had to do with the guidance that they're going to lose 2 million next quarter. That's a big reason why the stock dropped as much as it did. So it's not like this is like a short little issue that's a blip on the radar for the company. They're just going to, blast right through. The stock's going to go right back to all-time highs. For Netflix to go back to 700, oh man, I don't think you're going to see Netflix up at 700 for an extremely long time. This company's got a lot of.
I mean, Mike, stranger things can happen.
This is true. Stranger things could happen. John, welcome to the family too. Guys, John actually just joined. I just realized, John, that you're the John that just joined. Welcome to the family, John. So yeah, listen, I think, if you want to stash Netflix away for the super long haul, I don't see a problem with it. I do think you'll get a better price in the short term. And I also do think the stock is going to underperform in the short term though. I think that you'll get better performance in some other tech names. What's your best options play for tomorrow? You know what? Sign up. I'll tell you tomorrow in chat. Sign up for the trial. I'll tell you tomorrow. The trial is free. All right. You guys can go to ttgthree.com. All right. It's a 7-day free trial. The weekend does not count against your 7 days. You'll get a full 7 days in chat. You just enter your name and email. There's no credit card information required. Just enter your name and email. You guys can join us for a full 7 days. If you're interested in the trial membership, again, go to ttgthree.com and you'll get our watch list for options. So we publish a watch list every day for option trades and also for equity trades. And you'll be able to get that watch list and game plan. And you'll be able to trade with me live inside of chat and the rest of the other 8 moderators. All right. All right, guys, let me get to this now. Let me show you the platform because 8 laptops left. Okay. You'll know you're getting a laptop as long as you see one. 46% discount brings the price down to $11.85, down from the $22.12. Free laptop upon completing our courses and quizzes, 2 small private study groups, and a double your money back guarantee. So again, if you do not make back your $11.85 price point at least once during your membership, I'll give you back $2,370 in return. For all of those that are asking about the missed code words from earlier, go back and watch and stop asking in the main chat room, please. You're going to get access to our daily trading chat room. All right. You will get access to our chat room every day. The mods inside of True Trading Group share their screen. We're also live on the mic, calling out trades in advance of making them in real time. You guys can follow along with everything it is that we're trading inside chat. We're there if you're from pre-market all the way through till after hours. Okay. We're not just there for an hour or two and then you're left to just, fend for yourself. Are you going to do a new course on futures? When? Yes, we actually already did. We already made a course on futures. Adam is actually getting the course ready to be published on the platform. Should be good to go. I'm going to say maybe by this week, maybe by the end of this week, we might have that course ready. So that course was worked on already and Adam is just getting it ready to put onto the platform. So we will have a futures course that's coming out here very soon. And that course will be included free. It's not going to cost you guys anything else. There's no upsells for courses and tools inside True Trading Group. There's upsells for like lifetime membership and also for a Trader Palooza, which is a 11-hour long virtual trading workshop that covers a variety of different trading topics. But for courses and quizzes, for courses and tools, There's no upsells. So that's the chat room. You guys are also going to get access to 2 private study group sessions. I told you about that.
Michael, tell me more about Trader Palooza, please.
Okay, let me make this bigger. All right, guys. So yeah, so here's Trader Palooza. This is going to be Saturday, May 21st. This is an all-day virtual trading workshop where the mods and I are going to cover a variety of different trading topics. We hold 11 one-hour-long workshops. It's the entire day on Saturday, the 21st, from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. Eastern. It is going to be nonstop educational learning.
8 p.m.
Unbelievable. What?
8 p.m. Eastern.
That's what I just said.
You said 11 p.m. Eastern.
Did I?
Yes.
I said 11 hours, 9 a.m. till 8 p.m., 11 hours of nonstop.
You said 11 p.m. Eastern, for sure.
I'll go till 3 a.m.
No, you won't.
I won't. Let's go over some of the topics, Adam. Let's go to what are some of the topics that we're going to be covering here.
You're gonna
All right, folks. So here's the topics that we're going to be discussing. How to identify and execute your own stock picks. That's going to be hosted by myself. Out of the box trading strategies. That's going to be the Wolf, Jason Spadafora. Making money with options. That's going to be Momin and Chris Toner, our professional option traders. Recession proofing your portfolio with the with our financial guru Glenny. Extensive due diligence on any stock in less than 30 minutes with the DD master himself, Chris Toner. Learning to conduct key technical analysis in minutes with moi. Then you got a Q&A session for lunch. Then we're going to be talking about trading on your own time, harnessing the power of futures with Jason Simmons. And then part 2, trading 24/7 with crypto with Adam and Jason Simmons. And then you've got real world trading strategies for those working a full-time job with Jay Downing and Jessica Woodard. And then the secret to the stock market, a play on words there, folks, with myself to close things off at the end of the day. So that is what we're going to be doing on Saturday, May 21st. All right. So guys, you're also going to be getting access to the Benzinga Pro news feed. It's a live breaking up to the second news alert service. That's directly inside of our chat room. No more relying on delayed news feeds. Okay. The speed at which you get your news matters. All right. If you went to Benzinga on your own, you're going to be paying about $1,400 a year to have access to this news feed. It's included free with your membership. You also get TradingView's charting software. TradingView's premium charting software is one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. It's included free with your membership when you pay just $11.85. You also get the Trade Ideas scanner. This is the industry standard scanner. This AI software streams on our platform. It'll show you which stocks make new highs, new lows, and have a surge in volume. So make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. Guys, again, all these tools are included. Okay. All right. All these tools are included. You don't have to pay extra for them. You also get to use our simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data, so you can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses. Our own scanner lets you also scan for crypto. Then you got dark pool data and unusual options activity, stuff that used to only be available to professionals. Now it's at the fingertips of the TTG fan. A trading journal will track all your trades and give you statistics so you can see what you're doing wrong. And then we have a social sentiment scanner that goes through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tells you what ticker symbols are being mentioned the most. And then you guys get unlimited analyst ratings. So you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular stock. Every day we publish a watch list and our game plan so you know what stocks we're looking at. And then you have all the courses. The courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned that I worked at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got it in text and video, whatever's easier for you guys to learn. There are no upsells for courses, and the futures course will be being published soon. Okay, there are no upsells for courses. Every single course is included once you join and pay the $11.85. On top of the courses, there's a video library that has over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops that we've conducted with members, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. And then you can actually attend those workshops live when you become a full-time member. All right. That's it, folks. It's time you invest in something real, something that can actually help you reach your goals. I can't guarantee you success and millions of dollars. Okay, but I can guarantee you a real chance to develop the skills that are needed to become consistently profitable, as long as you're willing to put in just a little bit of effort. And I can promise you that we will give you double your money back if you fail to make back your membership fee at least once. And I can promise that the day you join True Trading Group is the day our relationship begins. And when you join the family, you'll realize that you're going to have thousands of traders that actually give a shit whether you succeed or fail. Guys, if you're not, guys, real quick, if you're on the YouTube channel still, answer the poll real quick. Answer the poll real quick that we just sent out in chat. Answer the poll real quick that we just sent out in chat. Take you 2 seconds. Answer the poll real quick. Thank you. Ball's in your court now, folks. Go to ttgoffer.com. Enter the code TTG121. Claim that free laptop, guys. Get that double your money back. Price goes up at midnight. If you guys are still unsure, you can join the free trial. Go to ttgthree.com. 7-day free trial. Name and email. That's all you need. I'll see you guys all in chat. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow.